What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is another show here on HID, which is holding it down here on the YouTube channel. Just coming to you guys with another episode of just something fun, a fun stream of gameplay. That's all this stream is going to be, of just random gameplay, playing on the PS5, whether it's, I think I've been doing MLB The Show 22 mainly. This is going to be a little bit of Farm Sim 22 that we're going to do, and try to enjoy some of it. So this is what we're getting into today on Farm Sim 22. I'm going to kind of give you an overlook of the farm that I have here. We're going to do a little bit of farming. I've got a couple of new mods that I was able to get in that we are going to we're going to play and put on the map here. We'll look around the map. I'm starting to try to get into the grapes and see what the grapes are all about, because that's new to me in this, the grapes and olives and stuff. I've never done anything with that. I've done cotton. I've done some of the other new stuff that kind of came into the game early on. And we're going to plant some cotton in this one, but we're mainly going to focus on grapes because we should be pretty close to it. But we'll kind of look around the map here as we get into it, because this is what we own. We own like all of this up here, but I'm not really worried about that, because this is where we're primarily going to focus here. This is our house. We've got like bees, chickens. This is kind of our shop headquarters kind of area. And then we've got like a little horse pasture and everything right here, a paddock going on with a few horses in there. And then these two are going to be my hay fields, basically, where we're just literally just getting hay off of these fields. And then I went and decided to buy these. I didn't realize I bought this second one back here, honestly. But this one we're going to plant some cotton in today. These two, as you can see, they're getting prepped, and it's just planting over grass just to have it. I think it makes it quicker. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I just generally like planting it anyways. And I'll hire a lot of help in here. I've got a heap load of money on here, so this is, it's just fun playing around. And then this is so back in the day, I think it was like Farm Sim. Maybe it wasn't 19, maybe it was 17. They actually used to have a horse training facility, and this is similar to it, except back then you could get the mod and they would train your horses for you. Like, essentially they would ride them every day, so you never had to take the time to ride horses. And that doesn't do that in this. Again, I was playing at the time of 17, I believe. I was playing on PC, so obviously everybody knows that what you're doing on PC is completely different than what you're doing on console, because you can do so much more on PC. You can mod in a whole lot more, and I haven't seen the ability to be able to mod anything similar to that on 22 yet. Maybe it comes to console at one point, but I'm not sure. So what we're going to do today is mainly focus on making sure chickens are good. We got some beehives. That doesn't really matter. We got to haul some honey off. We've got to haul some eggs from our chickens off. Got to ride the horses around. We'll get this planted in we'll get this planted in grass. We'll get this planted in cotton. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this one. I may plant this one in cotton too. I may end up just combining these two fields, maybe plowing in between, getting rid of that road, and making this all cotton. Just making it make it a really big field, but it'd be cool. This is an area, there's actually a fence row that runs like right in between all of this. Can't get rid of it, but this is all area that I've mowed in the past and made hay out of, just because it's a really nice hillside. All of this is the same thing, a lot of grass. This would be a good spot to kind of mow and make grass out of too, but I'm primarily going to focus on these fields is where I'm going to get my grass from. The main reasons I would mow this is just to get the grass down, because it gets really tall, and I'm sure I could go in and landscape and just paint it and continue to do that to stop having to mow. Yeah, but I mean, I've got the equipment. I can do it either way. So we'll kind of get into some of the gameplay here, and you'll see this is, I think I started it on like new farmer mode, or maybe in like farm manager. I can't even remember now. But I put a house here. So this is the little cabin house that I've got, and chicken coops right next to it. Beehives are there. Here's where we have, this is just our barn with all of our stuff for our grapes that are out here in our grape area. And I've kind of put a couple of roads in here. Obviously anybody can do it any way that they want to, but this is just the way that I decided to do it up the hill from where, because I think generally, I don't know this for sure because I can't remember, the house is like down there and all the barn's already there. Obviously, if you start, I think as a like a farm manager, you can change all of that. So none of that has to be there. And if you've played this game enough, you know that already. But just put this up here. Generally, my truck is here. I would assume it's probably at what I'm going to consider headquarters to be the shop, which is just where the tractors and everything are. Yeah, it's down there. But I've got a couple of things here, too, to be able to do around the house. Like this is what I usually load. And I kind of cheat the system right now. I'm not planning anything to be able to feed the horses other than hay. I'm not planning anything to be able to feed the chickens. I kind of cheat that, and I just go and get the seed that I need. I go buy the seed that I need to feed the chickens and the horses right now. Because for me, the horses, my son just enjoys playing the game with me, so he enjoys riding the horses around, which is cool because to me, I don't see a lot of ability to make a ton of money off of horses. I could be wrong about that. Somebody else could tell me, hey, if all you do is focus on doing that, you could probably make some. But again, as you can see in the corner, money is not an object when it comes to this. And that's just because at the time I just wanted to play around. I like to come in and kind of play around and just learn about new things as far as like the bees. I've never really done anything with bees. I learned that obviously you can put it closer to some fields and you'll get a higher yield. It's a very small percentage from what I've noticed. And here, I don't know. I don't know if this helps the grapes at all, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. They look to me like they're definitely going somewhere when they go out, but maybe that's just the way that the game is. Somebody watching this or listening could be thinking, no, you dummy, that's just normal. But anyway, we got a heap load of chickens. It's full. I'm not worried about them reproducing as far as like having more chickens in here, but this is what it's all for me. I did get a new mod that I'm probably going to put on here and maybe place like right here, which is the pallet placeable, because the one thing I dislike about the honey situation, and when you put the pallet placeable, it puts one pallet there, and then you pick it up, you load it onto a trailer, it places another one. It just keeps showing up depending on how long it's been. And it's probably been a while, so I'm liable to have 7 or 8 pallets laying there ready for me to load up. So that's just part of it. But we should be ready for grapes. Yeah, they all look pretty ready, because yesterday when I came out here, they were not. I think this is another area I may eventually go and mow around here too. But I did something different. Some of the research that I was looking at said, when you're subsoiling these, you have to go on each side of the row. You need to go right here and then here and then here. And I planted everything the exact width apart to where I can't fit anything other than the subsoiler that is meant for grapes in here. Had I thought back to it, I may have spread it out just like that much further, just so I could get like a 3.5 foot little subsoiler through it. But what I decided to do, instead of going right next to it and then right next to it, right next to it, right next to it, I just went right down the middle. Went right down the middle every time I subsoiled. And then you'll see I've got a gap here. And you may be thinking, well, why would you put such a big gap here? Let me show you like this. So I put a gap here because I learned that about 5 rows, and it may be wider than that actually. You might can get away with like 6, possibly even 7. But if you put 5 here and 5 here, you can run right down the middle with a normal fertilizer spreader. And I'm going to show you that. The one that 3-point hitch system right behind your tractor, because it spreads so wide, it'll cover all of this, and it does your fertilizing for you instead of having to get the spray fertilizer where you go in and out, in and out, in and out of every row. For me, it's all about efficiency, fast time, doing everything, as opposed to, and so far, I mean, every one of these has produced, and I actually did it wrong here. I only did 4, but so far looking at it, all of these rows have produced grapes. There's nothing on them none of these don't have grapes by doing that, by just going up and down in between these rows, just one time. Down this row, up that row, down this row. And I don't even think I went outside of that, again, because this is 4, it was supposed to be 5, but I wouldn't count them at the time. So, but I just went in that row, that row, that row, that row, and that was it. I didn't do anything on the outside of these. So we're going to see. I don't know if that made the yield any different. I think the yield is still probably just fine. And again, it's just learning. It's learning what you can do in the game, and we're going to see what we make from it. I'm thinking about, instead of taking the grapes and selling the grapes as they are, maybe getting like a production factory and making grape juice out of it. I don't know. This is all kind of part of the fun of getting to go in and do it. So there's all of that. Then we come down to the shop. We got our silos, not very big. Some tractors here. Most of everything that I have is set up for It's actually mainly just set up for like doing hay. I really wish I could get rid of this rock, but you can't. Which is kind of annoying. But then we come down here, we've got our horses in the horse pasture, a big barn that I've got hay sitting in. This is the little training facility, even though you technically have to do it yourself. Didn't mean to do that. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really have like anything else really set up in this. It's just big fields back here. So that's it. We're going to, so our yield bonus is plus 98%. So by doing that, I think everything ended up okay. I haven't gone anywhere. See, that's plus 99. In some spots, it's maybe a little bit higher. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect to me. To me, it's just like, all right, well, let's see what we can do. And it's the first time I've ever done it, so we're just kind of winging it as is. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to place a pallet placeable. And I think I'm going to do it right here. So I can just put all of these, not sure what it would be under. And I do that about every time. But we're going to put it here and just see if it'll load all of the pallets onto it for me. And it may not. You know, I could have that completely wrong. But we'll see. I do that every time. Maybe it's under tools. I'm not 100% what it might be under. I think I've already looked at sheds. Let's look. I may not have. I thought I did though. Oh, that's the riding hall. Shouldn't be under silos. Oh, it actually is. Why are there... Oh, because it's got a bunch of different ones. Okay. Okay, there's eggs and honey, which is the one we're going to need. So, let's put this. Let's put this right here. I've never done it, so I'm not exactly sure how... Yeah, I'll put it on the back side of here instead of right there. Now then. Hold on. So this is... honestly, I'm not 100% sure how, no active productions. I'm not exactly sure how this works, to be honest with you. Like, I should have a bunch of eggs and honey. But again, I don't know how this works. So, forgive me if you're watching and you're going, this guy has no clue what he's doing. Because I don't. And maybe I need to buy what it is that, maybe I need to go and buy a production company that would take, what is this? We got wool. I don't even have sheep. Honey and eggs. Maybe if I had something that took all three and it produced itself. See, but I would think these three should be, or at least these two, it should be incoming those materials. I don't know. We'll just watch. We'll see what happens with that because I'm not 100% sure. Now, the next thing that I wanted to do is I want to get a, not a new tractor, but I have a new planter that I want to plant with, doing the cotton, which is the new John Deere. It's not new, but it's the old 2012 model planter. This is what I want to use to plant cotton with. Just because this is something I've seen around here and it's kind of neat to me. That's what I want to do. I want to put liquid fertilizer on top of it. I didn't know there was actually a different brand. Don't think we need that. Yeah, we'll put the disc. No, I don't think we need a trailer hitch on it. All right, we need a tractor with at least 210 horsepower. And I actually, believe it or not, I don't have John Deere tractors running on this right now. I've actually been running a bunch of Case IH. I don't really like running those massive 9R series. 8Rs look pretty good though. I just don't think I want to put tracks on them. So we're gonna go with this series. Plenty strong enough, but why not make it the strongest thing possible? Yeah, I think you got to quad wheel it. What you think we need? I think we might need weight on the front. But I also like the ability to do that. I think this is going to be okay, though. So let's do that. So now we've got our tractor. We've got our planter. We've got one field that's being paired up at the moment. I should have doubled that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another. Trying to decide if I want to do Harrows or just the cultivator. Oddly, I don't have anything that is John Deere. So we got 15.7 is as wide as it gets with the cultivator. 12.5 is as wide as it gets with a speed tiller. I think we're going to go with the cultivator. So that way we can, maybe I can paint it. No, can't paint it at all. Man, that's bright. But maybe I can put those two fields together. I think that's the one I've already got running. Man, that's a big machine. But this is what I'm going to use to get, to kind of start getting everything ready for that same field. By the time I get this thing set up in this, and you're just going to have to forgive me because I'm not going to ride the roads. Every time I come this way, I cut through this field, and eventually I'll probably buy it and just create a road that drives through it. But I don't really like the discoloration. And I put a post up on Facebook because I've seen a couple of neat things. One was a tractor that, to be honest with you, I'd never seen on here, but I saw it there was a video of a pretty neat tractor, and I was just asking, hey, has anybody ever modded this in? A couple of people were nice. They were like, yeah, here's what it's called. And then I had a couple of people that were a little bit, they weren't mean. I've got pretty thick skin, but not necessarily as nice as people could be, if that makes sense. Which again, I've got pretty thick skin, but I don't. Even though I have some of these mods on here, when I go to the mod hub, and I may show you guys this at some point, my internet is not good. So I don't have the ability just to stare at a mod page for 45 minutes and hope that everything works the way that it's supposed to. Not that it works, but that I can actually see everything that there is to offer, because I can't. It would be a little bit different if I could. Like if I could go and look at everything that there was on Mod Hub and not have to wait, for example, just to look at like one area, just if I was looking through new tractors that is on the mod page, again, this is for PS5, so it's somewhat limited anyways. But if I was to just look at tractors on that same page, it takes 5 minutes just to load previews of pictures to be able to look at on there. So I don't have the ability just to stare at everything that shows up. You know what I'm saying? So to those that were like, oh, just go look, quit asking. Yeah, it's not always that easy for everybody. I live in an area that there is farming galore, but signal and internet is not. They're trying to fix it. They're working on getting some better stuff out here, but right now we don't have it. And I'm probably one of the only people around here that enjoys doing stuff like this, where it's gaming and having internet and access to everything. And I just realized I really have to go fill these up before I can do anything with them. So let me go do that as I'm talking. Tick tock, turn your blinker on. But I enjoy doing stuff like this. My son, he enjoys playing games and stuff like this with me. So it's something I still intend to do. And hopefully when we get good internet, I can legitimately like stream, like live stream stuff. This to me is still what I consider to be, streaming. Might just not be the same version that most people would think. Trying to get this liquid fertilizer in here. But I've got the thing kind of turned a little bit funky. I didn't realize I had this thing turned this way. Make sure there's something in it first. Oh, I got solid fertilizer in it. That would be why. Oh well, we'll just go without fertilizer in it for now. Although I could just put another tank right next to it with liquid fertilizer, couldn't I? Why don't we do that? Let's make sure we turn it the right way this time. Now that I think about it, I do actually have a liquid fertilizer tank that's up by the grape deal there. I didn't think about that until just now, but that's way up there, and I want this to be right here. I might have to do this to get it down to where I can fill it. Let's just see. There we go. I didn't realize that is it actually, when I open the covers, it's not opening the fertilizer, so I don't know why it wasn't. I thought it was just, to me it looked like it was only opening the seed, like the actual seed cups, so I don't know why. I don't know why I had to open those covers to put liquid fertilizer in the tanks, but anyway. I was trying to find, and I've only seen this in the mod page for those saying, hey, go look. I was trying to find, I know that there are also tractors that have like the saddle pack on the front, the fertilizer, and I found one, but I don't want to drive that big of a tractor like that. To me, it looks like a monster truck kind of tractor. It's like a, 99R50 or whatever they called it. I don't even know the numbers and exactly what it was. It's a John Deere tractor and it's massive, but I don't I don't want to drive that tractor. I want to drive a tractor that's similar to this, but be able to put a saddle pack on front of it. And I have not seen that as an option. Again, console, you're limited. So I understand that may just be something where it's like you're just not going to get what you want, you know. What you're looking for is not an option. I'll hire somebody so I can get this field back up and running. Yeah, kind of missed some spots in doing that field last go around, but it is what it is. I got to give that guy some time before this guy starts going. Maybe it's just because I did it after. I don't know. I turned stone and all off because I don't want stone in these fields. And I may turn a lot of this stuff back on, but right now I wanted it all kind of like this, just to be somewhat fun to be able to do whatever I wanted to do and not have to worry about dang, this dude's already done, and not have to worry about everything that's going on in the field at the time, because primarily what I was working on and dealing with is horses at the time. Horses, chickens, all that. And then I'm trying to get to where I can do grapes. See, there's nothing still moving to those pallets. I might have to figure that out at some point, but right now it's not that point. Let's see what's in this field. Is that going to be potatoes, or is it just saying that it's already... I think it might just be grass. There may already be grass back here. Let's see. Yeah, how about that? There's already a grass pasture back here. That makes me wonder. I'll have to go get a plow to make this into a bigger field. So you see these I should have done this before. Those are concrete blocks, because at one point I thought about building like a football stadium right here, so I had some really big like stadium lights over top, and kind of backed out on that. But I should at least make it back into dirt, shouldn't I? Now maybe when they go and as this guy's planting, hopefully it'll plant right over it. Surely, right? Yes, I know that's not right. Nah, screw it. Let's just make it the big size. I do think I want to make this just a massive field, so let's go get a plow. Or can I turn this into a field by landscaping? Can you do that now? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the answer to that question. It seems to me that it would work, though. Don't you think? It's a lot quicker than going and buying a plow and then coming back. Ah, crap. Sorry, I get kind of OCD about some of this stuff, which this is not going to look like what it was before, but it'll be okay. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, it's not going to play in it. Oh, well. All right, now, let's see, I want to know if I hair over this, can I create a field out of it without having to plow it? So that is not planning that. It kind of stings, but maybe if I do like this right here. No, this ain't gonna work. It's evidently some fairly hard dirt. Dang it. I tried. There's not another way to do it, is there? Like, there's nothing else that I could paint to make it do that? Animal mud? No. To me, it's like dirt. Dirt would be the answer. Alright. Again. Just for giggles here, if I turn this into grass, what happens? Okay, I'm gonna have to go get a plow. So, that's okay. That's part of it. You live and you learn. We're learning things here together all at the same time. Might as well just get the biggest one. We'll just lease it since we're going to do this really quickly. In the meantime, this guy can hear. I'll put somebody to work hearing up this field while I'm gone. Let's take the old case track. This is a cool look for a tractor. It's just really the only reason that I got it is because I decided instead of playing like I don't have seasons mode turned on, but it still visually still has seasons mode. So like I still have snow turned on, and that's the only reason I got this, because when it's really snowy, I don't know, it seems like you just should have tracks. Or when it's really muddy, which has not happened. But it has gotten really slick in the snow before, so I got this just for that and have not had to use it yet. Tank is empty, and that's worker D. Wow, that was fast. We'll take some more out there too. Wow, that's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Do you guys like to actually take the stuff back after you lease it, or do you guys just do what I'm going to do and click the button to return it? Because I'm just going to click the button and return it that way. Ain't nobody got time for that. I've never actually gotten it with the roller sweep on the back. I've never actually seen that either. This is the only, like, this is a really pretty map to me. Like, I would love to be able to go up there, and maybe if you get, I don't know if there's expansion packs or what there is for it, but I would love to be able to kind of explore further than what this map has. The only downfall to it being like in a valley, because that's what it is, in a valley of all these mountains, is it doesn't get late at night, but the sun will start to set. And like in 2 hours game time on here, like gameplay, it'll almost feel like it's dark right here because the shadow from the mountains makes it really, really dark. Or we're going to allow fields before I get here. That way we can put this together. I don't know why my guy quit over there. I guess he thought he's done. Oh well. Alright. Let's bust the old plow out. Well, isn't that just fancy? Interesting. Again, I'm glad I got some nice and strong tractors. You gotta have it for this. It's a Packer, okay. Huh, interesting. I'll be honest with you, part of me would kind of rather just have the 3-point plow hitch back behind me than this, like trailered kind of system. I guess the Packer just makes it where you could immediately plant over it instead of having to come in and cultivate after it. It's a good look though, it looks good. Like the ground looks nice. Anyway. I'll just paint what I mess up. Yeah, I'm brutally screwing this up. Just bear with me. And you cannot turn with this thing. Dang, I paid some folks. I should do the same to those two fields too. Put them together and just make it one. I don't know. I kind of like separating that one big one. I may decide that that fourth one is the only field I need for hay, because also hay is a lot. Like if you do a big field, like if I just did that field over there, if all I did was like did it in hay, like these two fields that I'm about to make cotton out of, that would be enough hay. I would never use that much hay there. Again, it's not their base feed anyways. It's just a it's just, to me, just kind of a filler is kind of the word I use. But yeah, I know I'm going a long way up the hill just to turn around, and I'm doing a lot of unfolding just to turn around, but I'm trying to get this stuff out of my way so I can turn around. To me, that just doesn't seem like it really did. It just doesn't really seem like it did what I wanted it to do. I was thinking this thing was going to be wide enough I could do this whole thing in one pass. Here I am doing 3. Let's disable these Packers and just see what happens. Okay, does it only disable one? That's weird. And this is generally why I hire people to do this. sometimes I do like doing it, but when it comes to big wide open fields, I don't. I'd rather set it up and let somebody else just drive it. Seems a lot simpler. I mean, I get the point of this. Like that packer that's on the right, it's not necessarily packing anything now. It's meant to pack the next pass. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem very. I don't know. If I used it right, this would be nice, but meh. I'm definitely about to run into this field where it's already been planted. The edge of this field is just gonna be jagged up looking whenever the cotton starts to come up. Yeah, let's turn around this way. It's a lot easier to do it this way. I don't like turning I don't like to turn the radio on in this game. But you can let me know if you do. I personally don't. I don't know if it's like it just feels cheesy or what, but I find it just more annoying than anything. Eventually, I'm going to get this microphone set to where I want it to, where I don't feel like it's blocking the view of the camera, but we'll just keep playing until we get there. See, it feels like it's starting to get dark, which I think I'm in the good spot. There comes the shadow. That would be another reason too. If I would lift this packer up, maybe it would back up a little easier. Yeah, maybe not. Screw it. We're just going to make a big loop here. Usually my driving skills are a lot better, but this is also one of those tractors with the pivoting back end. I don't operate those. See, look how dark it all of a sudden starts to look. And it's 2:30. Why didn't it sit down? I still am not getting that middle spot. Golly. That was brutally annoying right there. Sorry about that. Now, let's get back to it. Jeez. It almost looks like standing water over there. But it's not. It's just where this was dirt, and I need to run over it with a plow. But I really don't know if I'm going to have the patience to do it. Oh, yeah, we got it. I would quit clicking the wrong button. That would help. Yeah, that would be awesome to see, like that little riding station over there, to have something similar to what was in 17, where laziness on my part, but it takes care of the horses for me. I'm not having to ride them every single day. It's got a rider. And again, there could be somewhere deep in mod, in the mod page, mod hub, whatever, where there is something that you can use that rides and trains your horses for you. And I have completely overlooked it or just didn't realize it. So feel free to yell at me if that's the case. All right, we get these two fields together. I'm going to hair this together real quick. I need to go fill that guy up with, I need to go fill that other tractor up with seed, evidently. Can't be seed. Surely it's just fertilizer, right? Because it seems like the tractor held a lot of seed. Which that field is bigger than this one, so I could be wrong. Man, that's close to being able to do that whole thing. I should have done it without that packer setup, but again, I just leased the plow just to get to this point. I've got plowing turned off again, just laziness. I'll eventually probably change these settings and make it to where I do actually have to plow, and then I have to get stones out and all that stuff, but right now I don't really want to do that. Again, laziness, I know. It's an awful trait. It's a nice solid cultivator though. Or hero. No, this is a cultivator. Now let's finish it off, and those spots right there are going to probably bug me to where I'm going to end up needing to get the plow again anyway. Oh well, I don't care. I'll get over it. This road sure is rough, isn't it? It's weird, there's like a little field map down there. Interesting. Little bumper seat in this one. All right. Nope, don't fold it. I gotta do the rest of this field back here that I forgot about. And by I mean hired help. An AI worker. See, that shows you that it's not dark, because when you hire help, they don't turn the lights on. Look how dark this ground looks. Like, it looks like it's solid black. Can't see anything. Maybe it's brighter on the recording. I don't know. When I turn the lights on, I can actually see. Wow, it ran out of seed and almost out of fertilizer. Used 3/4 of the deal of fertilizer there. That was close. Surprised that it used that much. And I could probably put like a couple of empty tanks, maybe like an empty tank in the back of my truck, or on a trailer, and some like seed pallets on the back of the truck or trailer, and just take it out there. That would probably be more realistic than doing this, but let's see if this will do this without me having to fold it down. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that would be why it only holds right at 900 liters of cotton. Probably a pretty good reason as to why it ran out so fast. I let the money on this thing run all the way up to where it was at $1 billion because I wanted to see if it actually put it. Because I've seen, and it's probably again just consoles. I have seen where on some people where they're playing, it actually shows. Dude, where did we stop? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It actually shows where some people it'll show like another number, but not another comma. How have you completed your task? You literally turned around looking at the field. I'll just do it. Because you missed a whole strip right there. Jeez. Can't have no good help anymore. No good help just doesn't exist. Anyway, this is kind of going to be what the stream is if you guys are watching. Occasionally we'll do some farm sim. Just kind of fooling around. All of this was actually supposed to be doing grapes. But I think I'll probably cut this one off here in a second. And instead of having grapes in this one, I'll do grapes on the next one. And then I'll just do another one. And it'll be all about grapes. This one will be all about cotton prep. That'd probably be the best thing to call it, maybe. Prepping for cotton and cotton planting. Because that's quite literally what it turned into. I mean, how do you miss this solid strip? I would get it if it's in that spot where I just had to redo the road, but alright, I'm doing this because I need to go get in this tractor and get it out of the way. Oh no, it's not in the way. So anyways, if you guys enjoy just watching farming or any other stuff, like I said, this isn't the only game that I'll play on here. There's a few others. I'll do some farm sim. I'll do baseball that you've probably seen as it shows up, and I usually separate everything out into playlists so it's easy to find. That way, if you want to come to the channel and you just want to see what's going on as far as farm sim stuff goes, just hit the playlist, go to the farm sim 22 playlist that I'll put up, and you can check it out there. And if you see something else that you like that you want to watch, then it'll be there as well. Because after this, which you won't care, I'll save that because it doesn't matter, because it's not part of what's going to be farm sim. I'm trying to think of what else I would do. Not that it would matter. Madden 23 will be one that I'm sure I'll start. I'll start it up in football season. Probably maybe even do some PGA Tour. I do enjoy doing that. That's definitely going to be one that I'm going to add to the channel. So that's a few things that can kind of check into there. But we're getting close to wrapping this one up. And as we wrap this one up, okay, good, he is planting that. As we wrap this one up, again, if you guys enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. That way you get the notification when I do put up another video, as I will try to do fairly often. Next week will probably be fairly heavy with some episodes, maybe. Kind of depending on how the week goes. But I'll try to maybe update some of the farm sim stuff there. But again, if you enjoy it, after this, I'm going to stop this one and then I'll start another one. And we'll try to actually focus in on grapes, because it's time to harvest some grapes. I think I'm going to park this stuff over here. I've been kind of trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with like some of the equipment. I think I'm going to park it over here because I kind of randomly parked this truck. By the way, this is the truck that my son decided he wanted to build out. So I was like, okay, dude, however you want to do it. Can't see out of the windshield because you made it so dark. But anyways. But he enjoys, like I said, playing with me. So there's going to be a time or two that I'm going to put him on there with me. And I'll make that known as well. Because it'll be a little bit different than this. It'll be a little bit more sporadic when he comes on, because he wants to do a bunch of different things at one time, and most of the time it's get on a mower and just mow strips like that's across the road, and can't really see them, but just likes to put a bunch of strips all over the place. That's okay. I let him do that because he's a kid and you should enjoy life. But if you like it, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. That way next time we get it going, which will be right after this one, I'll put up another one that's going to be all about grapes, because that's the next thing. We figure out what we got going on with our other guys, kind of see where we are. I'm going to park this tractor. This guy's finishing up. That guy says he's finished, even though he's actually not. These fields will be finished planting in grass, which, no, I didn't necessarily have to plant them in grass, but I did to make it easy. And I don't know, for me, I feel like it's just quicker if you plant it in grass to make the grass actually come up, as opposed to just letting it grow up. Maybe I'm wrong about that too. I don't know. I don't know everything about this game. I just enjoy playing it from time to time. Figured if you guys enjoyed it too and you wanted to watch, you could. Maybe it's entertaining, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like, why do I want to sit here and watch this guy drive a tractor around on a video game? I don't know. I find myself doing the same thing sometimes. I watch two guys out in the middle of the woods, like in Nicaragua or wherever they're at, building houses and pools out of dirt and sticks. And somehow that's entertaining to me. So I don't know. This could be extremely entertaining for you. I don't have the answer to it, and I don't know. But if it is, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. When I come back, these fields are going to be planted in grass. The fields in the back, the cotton will be done. And we're going to focus in on grapes, which I need to do. I don't know if they can wither. I'm sure that they can after a while. But we're going to focus in on grapes on the next episode. So make sure you guys come back for that and check it out when the time comes, which hopefully won't be terribly long from now, because, again, I think just maybe, hopefully it won't be terribly long. So, but anyways, I appreciate you guys listening, and we'll check in with you guys on the next episode.